Alright guys, so today we're going to be checking out a new product from EarFun. Now if you're familiar with the channel, we usually talk about their earbuds, their headphones, and they're just one of those companies that's one of my favorite when it comes to just value. Just overall value, they seem to always bring a lot to the table. But today we're going to check out something a little bit different. We're going to check out their new, basically like a large speaker, and the one we're checking out is the EarFun UBOOM X. Now this is a speaker that normally comes in at $189, and I don't know if it's just right now because it's Amazon's Prime deals and there's like an extra coupon code, but you can get it right now for only $129. And I'll have all of this linked in the description. But as far as like the size, the overall look, and the design, this reminds me a lot of the Soundcore Motion Boom Plus for a number of reasons. It has a very similar look when it comes to the design, but it also has the same amount of max power as far as output. It has 80 watts max. It is using two 4-inch subwoofers and two 20mm tweeters. It does have the two passive bass radiators on the sides. This is what you'll see usually moving whenever there's a song that has a lot of bass. Again, this is what kind of bumps it all up to 80 watts total. And again, this is the exact same thing that the Motion Boom Plus has, which that speaker right now is on sale for the exact same price. So at the end, at least when we talk about the sound and some of the other features, I do want to see what makes the EarFun kind of separate from the Soundcore. It does have the true wireless stereo mode, so you can connect to more than one of these and have it basically output your left and your right. You actually also have a party mode that you can connect up to 50 of these if you want to. Now, EarFun does have some other speakers. They're these smaller ones. They kind of look generic. There's not really anything that kind of stands out about them. At least with the UBOOM X, it does have like the RGB lighting for people that like that. And another plus is this is another product that they worked with the YouTube creator Olav, and he had his hands in tuning these, or at least, you know, some different options when it comes to tuning, which you can access all of this within EarFun's app. EarFun's app with these will allow you to keep these updated. It will allow you these different options that Olav has tuned himself. In fact, my favorite one is actually located in here, which is the Outdoor Plus mode. But there's also 30 other EQ options that's pre-built into the app. You can go in and customize the EQ settings the way that you want. They have what they call a video mode, which is basically a low latency or gaming mode. And you can also control the lighting of the speaker. And really there's only two modes. You can have it where it just kind of pulses multiple colors. You can choose that, or you can have the lights actually kind of react to the music you're listening to. So not a whole lot of options, but really, you know, that's not a huge selling point for me. But if you are somebody that's into RGB lighting and want to have all the controls, it's at least nice that you have a couple of options within the app. Now, as far as using the speaker outdoors, it does come in with an IP67 rating. Again, this is the same rating that is on the Motion Boom Plus. So it is waterproof and also pretty much dustproof, which makes it where you can easily use it outdoors. You can use it at the beach. You don't have to worry about dust and sand and things getting inside and damaging the speaker. Same thing with water. In fact, if you actually knock it into water, like if you have it by the pool, the speaker will float at the top of the water, which is nice because you can actually play music if you want to that way, but it's also nice that you knock this kind of heavy speaker into the water. It's not just going to sink to the bottom of the pool. Now, as far as what all they've included in the box, it does come with a nice carrying strap. This allows you to just kind of throw the speaker on your shoulder, just kind of carry it around that way. It does come with a USB-C cable, which you would use to charge the speaker. And the battery life is actually better than the Motion Boom Plus, because the Motion Boom Plus maxes out at around 20 hours, where the UBOOM X will actually get you around 30 hours on a full charge. And if you happen to pick the speaker up and it's dead, it does have a fast charging feature where a quick 10-minute charge will get you 3 hours of use. And another plus with the speaker, and this is to do with the ports that are in the back, is the speaker also doubles as a power bank. So you can actually plug your phone into the speaker and charge your phone because of the battery that's inside the speaker. And all of this is located behind a flap that's on the back. You have your 3.5mm, so if you want to use basically an aux cable, you can plug it in here. And then there's two USB-C ports, basically a USB-C in and a USB-C out for that power bank feature. And then as far as controlling your speaker, all of your buttons are located right on the top. You have your power button, you also have your Bluetooth button, You have your volume down, you have your plus button, which is your volume up, and your volume up and down also controls your tracks as well. You have the lighting control, and then you also have the button that puts the speaker into party mode. So now let's talk about the sound, because ultimately that's going to be the main reason you're looking at buying a speaker like this. And this speaker is meant to be a fun party style outdoor speaker. So really, what kind of sound signature should you expect? Yeah, it's definitely dynamic.
I should've listened to myself. I'm always trying to second guess these things.
And to be honest, it wasn't even as dynamic as it could be out of the box. Just the normal mode that it's in, although I felt like it sounded really good, it still felt like it was missing something. And this goes back to where I said the Outdoor Plus was my favorite mode. It immediately boosted the volume, but it also just elevated the bass to like this whole other level. This is definitely like subwoofer type bass, and there's no distortion, so that was a huge plus. You can just crank this speaker up, you can feel the bass like absolutely, and it doesn't affect everything else, because that Outdoor Plus mode also boosts the mids and the treble. It made the treble sound nice and bright, which just balances out really well with that just overly aggressive bass. And mids, I never had any issue with hearing vocalists no matter what genre I was listening to. And actually listening to music that had acoustic instruments just had a really nice tone to it. So the speaker itself is tuned very, very well. That is where I feel like the advantage is over the Soundcore Motion Boom Plus. Now, nothing against that speaker. I feel like that is a very good speaker, but the tuning that's on the EarFun is what elevates it a little more, because the Soundcore does not have bass that's even close to what the EarFun speaker can do. And that in itself is impressive, because I know a lot of people that buy these type of speakers, they're using them by the pool, they're using them at the beach, they're using them at ballparks and things like that. And this one can definitely get loud enough, but it doesn't lack in the low end. So it just adds this whole other element to like listening to your music. Where I would say the negative is even though there's a lot of different EQ options, they don't really all seem to do too much. It just sounds like it's barely different than the one that you just tried out. But again, even going through the Olaf tunings that he had, there was the studio one to me sounded awful. I didn't like that one at all. The best one, and immediately when I put it in that Outdoor Plus mode, I knew like that was the sound signature that was more catered towards the way that I like to listen to music. And I haven't really switched it around since. Like, that's been the one that I've left it on. So at the end of the day, my overall opinion on this is there are a ton of speakers out there. It's kind of like, you know, the same way we talk about true wireless earbuds. The market is flooded. There's so many brands that actually are just rebrands of other products. So really, it's kind of hard to know which ones are the better ones to go with. Now, I do know that JBL usually stands out when it comes to speakers. Same thing with Marshall and Bose. But I think EarFun definitely has something here, but it's going to be a matter of people trying them out. I still feel like a lot of people don't know who EarFun is. And if you're not in the true wireless earbud market, you probably have never heard of them at all. I think that is where they're making their name. And I think this is a very impressive product for them. I think it is definitely a standout speaker in the price range that you can get it at, which is $129. And I do think it's a great speaker at $189, but I think that's where it starts to meet some of the stiffer competition. I think there's some other speakers that kind of have a little bit more output power when it comes to that close to $200 range. So if you can definitely pick it up on sale, I highly recommend it. Again, I still think at its retail price, you will not feel like this speaker is lacking. But guys, that's my video on the brand new EarFun UBOOM X. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.